Every once in a while, a character reveal doesn't just hype people, it hijacks the entire conversation. That's exactly what Chisa just did. The moment her drip marketing went live, theory crafters, leakers, and casual players alike stopped what they were doing to dissect every frame, every detail, every hint of her design. Because let's be real, when a character looks this good and carries the kind of gameplay potential Chisa does, you know something big is coming. Whether the official showcase drops this week or leakers beat Kuro to it, the countdown to Chisa's full reveal has already begun. Welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? My apologies for the AI voice once again. I know some of you finally getting used to it. There is illness in the family and I need to be quiet to let them rest, but my real voice will be back soon when things normalize around here. There is a flu virus going around, so thank you for your consideration. Now, if you need to top up in order to get Lunarites, Asterites, and Battle Pass exclusives for Shu Wei Yuan or Chisa, use my loot bar link down in the description for up to 25% in savings. Not only are you helping your finances, you'll also help mine as well. Loot Bar is the most trusted name when it comes to Wuwa top-ups with amazing Trustpilot reviews. With their mobile DIY top-ups, you will get the discounts without giving out your password. So use my link for an extra 10% off your first purchase now, and thank you Loot Bar for sponsoring this video. So let's get into it. What do we actually know about Chisa? For starters, the official drip confirms she's a level-headed student from the Star Tour Academy. That small detail might sound simple, but the visuals behind her tell a bigger story. The background shows a modern neon-lit cityscape that looks suspiciously like a cyberpunk setting. And given the whispers about version 3.4 possibly introducing a futuristic collab, that could be the first big clue about where the story's headed. But let's talk about the thing everyone's obsessed with, her weapon. Chisa is holding a massive pair of crimson scissors, and it's not just for aesthetics. This could be a direct hint at her combat style, possibly blending wide-sweeping area attacks with precision burst strikes. Some leaks even suggest that her scissors aren't her only weapon. Apparently, she has a secondary mode that resembles a chainsaw. Not a full transformation or dual-formed system, but more like a split-function playstyle that changes how her skills behave. Now, for her actual kit, according to the rumor mills, Chisa is a 5-star Havoc Broadblade Resonator debuting in version 2.8. But the really interesting part isn't her damage, it's her utility. Chisa supposedly harnesses something called the Havoc Bane effect, letting her amplify and spread negative effects across enemies. In short, she's not just a support, she's a status amplifier. Imagine a support who doesn't just heal, but turns debuffs into nuclear-level damage over time. That's what Chisa could become. Reports say she has two distinct attack modes. Her base mode focuses on her Broadblade and Scissors combo for quick AoE hits, while her alternate stance emphasizes heavy, chained attacks through her Havoc abilities. What's fascinating is that she doesn't need to rely on transformations to feel dynamic. Everything about her kit sounds reactive, constantly rewarding you for keeping enemies debuffed. Although she doesn't undergo any major physical transformation in-game, subtle visual cues hint at one. Her eyes shift from a deep crimson to a soft glazed pink during certain moments, a detail that fans have latched onto as symbolic of her inner power or state change. Some speculate it might even tie into her lore. Rumors suggest she may have a rare ocular condition that flares up whenever her abilities intensify. Her primary DPS mechanics revolve around a mechanic that amplifies Havoc-based damage and stacks off applied negative effects. This system could make her a central piece in any damage over time composition. At baseline, she already enhances DOT output across her team, but if the leaks are true, her real magic happens at higher sequence levels. At Sequence 3, she unlocks her sub-DPS potential, while Sequence 6 lets her go full main DPS mode. So, free-to-play players can comfortably use her as a universal support, but whales will be able to push her to terrifying damage numbers. For reference, early testers claim her base output at sequence 0 is comparable to Cantarella or Lupa. That's already impressive considering she's technically a support. If that data holds, Chisa is going to be one of those rare characters who bridges both ends of the spectrum. Strong enough for meta comps, but flexible enough for any playstyle. But here's where it gets really exciting. Chisa doesn't just enhance damage over time, she reportedly increases the number of debuff stacks and even raises the cap for certain status effects. That means characters like Zani, Carthedia, Chiacona, and Phoebe are about to become absolute monsters when paired with her. And since she scales universally with negative effect multipliers, she could slot into future comps we haven't even seen yet. We're talking about a Resonator who could literally define team-building philosophy moving forward. If her final numbers hold true, Chisa could easily end up as one of the most valuable support characters in Wuthering Waves, maybe even on the same tier as the Shorekeeper when it comes to versatility. She buffs DOT, amplifies debuffs, and sustains allies with her Havoc Bane field. It's like she's designed to make every other Resonator look better just by existing on the team. And before we wrap, let's talk about Booling, the mysterious new face everyone's been trying to decode. The leak cycle surrounding her has been pure chaos, with early reports calling her a Spectro Gauntlet user before shifting towards something far more shocking, an Electro Rectifier Resonator. According to the latest information, her heavy attacks and outro skills can heal allies while boosting resonance skill damage across the entire party. In other words, she's shaping up to be a dual-role powerhouse, fusing the reliability of a healer with the offensive punch of a resonance amplifier. If this holds true, Booling could become the first true Electro unit to specialize in both sustain and skill amplification, a major win for players running Shang-Liao teams that rely on quick-swap synergy with Chongli or Yinlin. Both of those characters scale heavily with resonance skills, and Booling's presence could turn those rotations into lightning-fast bursts of power. This might even open the door for the game's first fully viable all-Electro team, giving the element the cohesive identity it's been missing. So here's the big takeaway. Chisa isn't just another Havoc character, she's a potential meta reset. Whether you plan to pull her for aesthetics, lore, or pure gameplay, she's shaping up to be the standout Resonator of version 2.8. If her leaks are accurate, she's going to redefine what a universal support looks like and give us entirely new ways to build teams around DOT and debuff synergy. What do you think? Is Chisa the key to finally breaking the current Wuthering Waves meta? Or is she another hype train waiting to crash? Drop your thoughts below. If this video resonated with you, please leave a like for massive healing, subscribe to get insane damage, and hit the bell for extra buffs. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I will see you in the next video drop. Goodbye.